friends, it's me, Miss Kylie. I hope you guys are doing well and having fun. It won't be too much longer before we finally get to go back to school. We have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then on this finger, we're gonna be back in school. So all we have to do is get through 5 more days. Can we do it? I think we can. Today we are going to read the book Caps for Sale, a tale of a peddler, some monkeys, and their monkey business. In this book, the main character, which is this guy right here on the tree, he has a very unusual job. He sells things, but not in a store. He goes from place to place selling caps. Do you think you could ever walk around town with all these caps on your head? I don't know if I could. They would probably fall off my head pretty quickly. In this book, the peddler is going to go around town selling his caps, and he does so by saying, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." And we are going to see what happens when the peddler sits down to take a break. Caps for Sale, a tale of a peddler, some monkeys, and their monkey business. Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he was not like an ordinary peddler, carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. First, he had on his own checked cap, then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of brown caps, then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. He walked up and down the streets, holding himself very straight so as to not upset his caps. As he went along, he called, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and he walked down the street calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," said he, and he walked out of town, slowly, as to not upset his caps. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. "That's a nice place for a rest," thought he, and he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as to not disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. They were all there, so he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. When he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. But before standing up, he felt with his hands to make sure his caps were in the right place. All he felt was his own checked cap. He looked to the right of him, no caps. He looked to the left of him, no caps. He looked in back of him, no caps. He looked behind the tree, no caps. Then he looked up into the tree, and what do you think he saw? On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray or a brown or a blue or a red cap. The peddler looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. "You monkeys, you," he said, shaking a finger at them. "You give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their fingers back at him and said, "Tss, tss, tss." This made the peddler angry, so he shook both hands at them and said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their hands back at him and said, "Tss, tss, tss." Now he felt quite angry. He stomped his foot and he said, "You monkeys, you better give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, "Tss, tss, tss." By this time, the peddler was really very, very angry. He stamped both his feet and shouted, "You monkeys, you must give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped both their feet back at him and said, "Tss, tss, tss." At last he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap, threw it on the ground, and began to walk away. But then each monkey pulled off his cap, and all the gray caps, and all the brown caps, and all the blue caps, and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. And slowly, slowly, he walked back to town calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." The end. I think that book deserves a clap. In this story, I noticed something that the monkeys were doing. I noticed that when the peddler got angry at them for taking his caps and he shook his finger at them, what did the monkeys do? The exact same thing. They shook their fingers back at the peddler. And when the peddler stomped his feet, what did the monkeys do? They stomped their feet right back at him, like they were copying. Did you know there's a phrase called monkey see, monkey do? And basically that means that you are copying what somebody else is doing. So you guys are doing the same thing. So do you remember how the peddler got his caps back? He threw his cap down on the ground because he was so angry. And what did the monkeys do? They copied him. They threw their hats down too. I was thinking, since we're having to learn from home right now, but remember, only for 5 more days, I thought maybe it would be fun if you guys could play a game with whoever's inside of your house called Monkey See, Monkey Do, where you do some fun, crazy movements and have your parents or your brothers or sisters do the exact same thing, like copycats. Could be fun. All right, friends, that's all I have for today, but I hope you guys have a super awesome day. It's sunny outside today. Maybe you guys could go play outside, get some vitamin D on your skin from the sun, and maybe you guys could play your Monkey See, Monkey Do game outside. That could be fun. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.